Hello and welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we are talking about the start of some severe weather, some soaking rain, and it's starting to get interesting. But if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now let's get right on into it. So I am on the four panel here for our outlook today. We have some marginal risks here in the Dallas area, as well as parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Some general thunderstorm areas as well. No chance, less than 2% chance of tornadoes today. Some 5% chance areas in that marginal risk spot for some hail, and less than 5% chance of wind. We also have, let me also go to that, the Weather Prediction Center, where we're going to be looking at our 24-hour quantitative precipitation outlook. Not much today, but if we go closer to the big rain event, look at that. 4+ inches of rain possible in some spots in the Tennessee River Valley. It is starting to get very serious for some flood threats, especially in these areas of Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky, where you could be seeing 4 to 5 inches in the matter of a few days. So a lot of heavy rain, a lot of it coming at the same time pretty much, or at least over a very short period of time. That will lead to very significant flooding, and if you're not in this area, you could be affected by it too, especially areas of southern Louisiana, because all of this rainwater will flow into the Tennessee River, the Ohio River, and the Mississippi River. So definitely be on the lookout for some flooding, some river flooding. It is starting to get very serious with this threat here. Now let's move on to the NAM and take a look at some of these storms that will be producing this much rain. So we have a clipper system here today, moving into the northeast, some rain and snow showers through the early hours of today, probably before this video comes out. That moves off the coast throughout the day. We have our next storm system, low pressure in Mexico, brings up some more of that heavy rain, possible severe threat on the very back end, and that starts to move into the areas that'll be getting most of that very heavy rain, and eventually into the northeast. Mostly some rain, but Maine could be seeing some moderate to heavy snowfall from this, but that is where this model run ends. Let's go to the European model, continue this overlook. So let's continue here. After the clipper system and this next system here, the European model has a line of thunderstorms and just overall heavy rain in the Tennessee River Valley that just doesn't want to move. It's just staying in this one spot for a very long time until this low pressure forms right here. This is on March 1st. This is Monday night. Starts to move up the coast. This is a pretty classic southern track nor'easter here. So it comes from the south, moves up the coast. Now this does jog to the west a little early, so it does bring in some very warm air from the Atlantic, and most of the I-95 corridor will start off as snow, change over to rain, and possibly change back over to snow on the back end. Probably the worst of the snow here going to be in inland New England, as well as parts of New York. But that is a pretty powerful low pressure, so definitely look out for some very strong winds on the back end of that. But that threat moves out, and that is about where this model run ends. Now, let me go over here to some total accumulated precipitation, and we're just going to go all the way down here to this very end, and you can see that the European model has those spots that were going to be heavily impacted even more so. This is 6 to 8 inches widespread from West Virginia down into Texas. Now, in terms of snowfall, we're going to be seeing a pretty decent amount of snowfall. This is assuming a 10-to-1 snow to liquid ratio, which is usually what I don't like to do. I usually like to use the Kuchera ratio, but we see here at least a foot in many areas of the interior northeast. But the coastal area is probably not going to be seeing much. Probably the area that'll be seeing the most snow from this in terms of the coastal areas would be southern New England with a decent 1 to 3. But overall, cities such as Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, D.C. probably going to be too warm to see any major snow from this. But we are very far out right now, and this could change. But that is the current outlook for this possible nor'easter. But that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.